love all of this. It's scary in a good way. And you get to go home and you're like, we lived today, didn't we? We didn't just go to a Panera and call it a night, you know? We lived a little. Like last night after the show, we went to a bar down the street called Gem. I don't know if some people just made noises over there. Have you been to Gem? Spelled not G-E-M, J-E-M. Just to let you know, they picked a word off of Google. Have you been to that bar? Listen, yes, but also I loved it. Like it's a bar, but you can tell selling alcohol is not their main point of income. Like when we showed up, we confused the hell out of them. They're like, oh, what do you want? And we're like, I don't know, alcohol? And they're like, yeah, I guess we sell that. They were so confused, like sketchy people coming in the back door, they'd see us, and they're like, whoa, and then they'd leave. And I'm like, what are they selling passports in the back? What are they doing back there? It was great, man. We blew that bartender's mind. I don't think that guy's ever made a drink in his life. Like, I bought a beer. I got a bottled beer, and you can point at it on the wall. And they don't have a cooler. They have a straight-up refrigerator, like from a house. Like a magnet, kid's report card on the front, refrigerator from the house. And he opened it up and like, here you go. And I was like, never seen that. I like that. And then my wife's friend, she ordered, I don't know why, but she ordered a tequila and soda. And he's like a drink? He was confused at the order. And she's like, yeah, like a drink. So he pulled out a shot glass, filled it with tequila, and went. And she's like, no, like in a drink. And he's like, in a drink? Yeah. And then so he got a bigger glass, poured the shot into the bigger glass. And she's like, but there's needs more things. And he's like, what, you need ice? And she's like, yes, I need ice. And he left. There wasn't ice in the area. He went out back. I think I heard the car start. And I'm not making this up. He came back with a bucket like from a hotel. You know those plastic buckets in your room? He came back and he had tongs and he put ice in there, and then he's like, he had a can of club soda. It wasn't like with the gun. It was he's like, and then he poured a little. He's like, more? And she's like, yeah. And he poured a little more. And he's like, how much? And he's like, to the top, dude. This one drink took like 9.5 minutes to make, and we're all just standing there watching him. And he looked nervous, like we're cops or something. He's like, oh, God, just gonna know about the chinchillas we're selling in the back. And then he pushed the drink over, and the lady goes, she looks at us, she goes, I'm scared to ask for a straw, because I don't think he's gonna know what that is. But we had a great time over at the Gem, dude. That was weird. People came in, they saw us, and they're like, whoa. They looked at my wife and my wife's friend, and it's like, oh, these are some classy ladies in here. Like, these people haven't seen women in so long. I don't know who these were. These people were like from a Bukowski poem or something. It was cool. It was cool. And you're not going to get that by going to a nice bar. That's why I like going to, that's where you get a story, all right? You go to a nice bar, what's the story? Oh, I ordered a cocktail and it came out really nice. And the guy went, shaka, 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 shaka. And then they had maraschino cherries and I thought it was really good, so I asked for a second one. And he gave me the second maraschino cherry. That's not a story, that's a boring story. Instead, we went to a business that's clearly a front for something illegal. And we hung out there for way longer than they wished we would have hung out. And we had a great time. That's how stories are made. Go to shady places, all right? Also be careful. I don't recommend you go there by yourself. Go with a group. Go with enough that they're like, well, we can't kill them all. and then you'll make it out, and you'll have a good story to tell the next time you're at a thing, you know. But I like Toronto. I like what you guys do here. It's a good group. Everyone's so happy. Like it seems. I don't know. You guys are probably like, we live here. We could tell you a different story. But from an outsider standpoint, from someone who's visiting, it looks beautiful. I love it. I love it. We walked around downtown. You guys got a children's hospital. Very just a blunt name. I love it. Like, I don't know how you guys, if other cities, I don't know if you guys know, but other cities have children's hospitals too, and they call them something like, oh, St. Jude's Children's Hospital, or something Children's Hospital, and you guys are like, sick kids. That must have been the quickest meeting in history. What are we naming the children? Sick kids! Meeting adjourned. Let's get on with it. No nuance. In front of the building just says sick kids, and there's like a kid in a wheelchair. And you're like, all right, we know what's going on in there. It's like they were trying to make sure that it didn't look like a front for something else. They're like, look, we're not trying to be like Jim down the street. This is what we're doing in here. We're helping these children. Ah! Oh, the excitement. What's up, everybody? Yes, you could be happier, but all right, that's one person that was sad. I like it. No, don't change. Don't clap now. You hold that tight. That's always fun. I like one person that's in their head like, oh, no, that's not a good parking spot that I got. I'm definitely getting towed by the time I'm out of here. Ah. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for coming out. Yeah, we're here. Beautiful. I love this. It's so nice. I'm so pumped. We packed out all these shows. And then before I came, we sold out 4 of them, so we added a Thursday. And I was like, oh my God, am I Matt Wright for something? And then I came in. I was like, this is amazing. And then I saw how small the room was. I'm like, all right, well, it's still pretty cool. All right. Doesn't have to be the Rogers Center or whatever. And there's still seats missing. All right, people didn't make. I wasn't kidding about parking then. All right, there's people looping around going, it's already happening. But it was a good day. I've never been to this part of Toronto. I don't know what this section, Danforth, I guess is the name of the neighborhood. Never come out to this area. My in-laws, my wife's family, they live up in Richmond Hill, which is suburbs. And is that a wow? Is that? I mean, it's cool. I didn't expect you were like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, it is a wow. It's good up there. They got a lot of stuff. They got a lot of houses with addresses, with the entire address spelled out. That's a real big movement. I love that. Like, people think that's classy. Like, oh yeah, spell it out. Spell it out. I don't want 1-4. I want it to say 14, all squiggly. Let's make these Uber Eats drivers work for it. What do you say? Let's test their reading skills. What's that? You're from another country delivering me a sandwich? Can you read 14? You might never know if this is the right home. It is a big deal over there. But yeah. So I'm up there, and but I like the city part. The city part's so cool, and it just feels like a movie set. The entire thing. There's so many different people. It's like cast by Netflix or something. It's like one of everybody. It's just so diverse. Look around this audience. There's one of everybody living in harmony in Canada. This is like what they taught us in kindergarten. It doesn't matter what race or creed or gender or height or whatever. Like, height's probably one of them, right? You ever see someone come in too tall and you're like, not him. Not him. He makes me feel bad about me. Get out of here, you tall one. But I like it. It feels, it feels safe. Even when it looks sketchy, it ends up being safe. I don't know if that's true, but that's what it feels like out there. Like on the Uber ride, we went through a lot of neighborhoods, and it was like, oh, this is nice, and you're like, oh, there's like sleepy, itchy people at some of them. And then there was like an alley where I'm like, I don't know about that alley. And then like a nun would walk out of the alley, and I'm like, that's a pretty safe alley, I think. Just got blessed by a nun in there. There's a little bit of everybody, but it's nice. So yeah, I'm up there in Richmond Hill hanging out with my in-laws. I have a Persian wife, so I have a Persian in-laws, which is very nice. Yeah, it's very nice. I can't learn Farsi to save my life. I can't, and they're so disappointed. I've visited like 20 times at this point, and they're like, you still don't know? And I'm like, I don't know how to say that. It's haklibla. And I'm like, it's duh. They have this thing, it's called it's salt milk. I don't know how else to describe it. Imagine if they took milk and just poured a half gallon of salt in there, and then you drink it, and then they heckle you for making the face that you made for drinking that salt milk. And I'm like, what is this? It's milk. And I'm like, that's what it made me do, is what that sounded like. But I like learning. We were learning all the phrases and stuff. It's fun when you get to learn the direct translations of things, like because it's like a poetic language. Farsi is, and so we were looking at this thing like to say "shut up," like you wanted to tell someone "shut up." What you're actually saying, literally, is poison of a snake. That's what you're saying. So you're bringing a poison of a snake, and then you're like, "Oh, was I talking too much? I apologize." And I'm like, that's so cool. So I haven't been able to learn how to say that in Farsi, but I've just been saying poison of the snake. And then people get what I'm trying to say. And also to say something sweet like I love you, the direct translation to I love you is I'll eat your liver. That's the direct translation. I think the first person in Iran to profess love might have been a serial killer. I'll eat your liver. Oh, you're so sweet. Why the liver? You know, there's so many other organs that are better. And you're like, the liver cleans the blood. I'll eat that. Nom 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 nom. Ew. Wow. You know. Also, how do you like the tone in which you say that is so important? I'll eat your liver. I'll eat your liver, you know? Like no one else is gonna do it, I guess I'll do it. You look lonely, I'll eat that liver. Give me that liver, I'll nom 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 nom. It's so bizarre. But I just pictured like a movie scene where like two people from different countries, like one person is from Iran, speaks Farsi, and the other person from somewhere else. But they don't speak each other's language, so they have to Google Translate to talk. And they get really close, and then finally the person's like, I love you. And then the other person's like, you'll eat my liver? And they're like, mm-hmm. I think that would be such a beautiful scene, I think. But yeah, very much enjoy Toronto. It was good we came in. I like it. They just let you in to this country. There should be more questions. Quite honestly, they let us in. We came in with 3 boxes. I checked 3 boxes. My wife brought a business that she no longer does and was giving it to her sister. And we had 3 giant boxes. And they weren't new boxes, all right? These looked suspicious, all right? They were falling apart. We duct taped I was embarrassed to bring them to the airport. That's how bad these boxes look. We went through Delta Sky Priority, and I'm like, yes, I'd like to check these trash boxes. And I'm like, they're gonna have questions when we land at the other one. Like, there's no way we're gonna bring by 3 boxes that look like they should be ticking. And they look like it's so nefarious. Like, and there's not even a question. They just went, oh, welcome to Canada. And I'm like, no, dude. Anything about these boxes. I'm nervous, even though I know there's nothing in there. I like the way you guys run it, though. Because I get so nervous when I go through your guys' customs, even though they never ask me anything, but I feel like I'm going to give something up. And especially when I'm coming for 2 reasons. Because I'm coming here to work, which I'm supposed to declare. And I'm coming here to also see family. And then on the computer, they have you come in, there's like a screen, and they're like, are you coming here for work or business? And I wanted to do, both, kinda. And then I just hit family, and I'm like, he's gonna know. And then I wasn't ready for the photo, because it just came up and flashed, and I went, huh? And so now I'm handing him a readout of me going, huh? And then with a lie on there, or a half-truth of like, I'm coming to see family and picking up a check at the comedy bar. And so I get all nervous. Because one time, the first time I came to Canada, it wasn't on this side, it was on the Vancouver side, and we drove across, and that guy looked me up, he was on my website. He was on my comedy website, asking me questions that would only be on my website. And I was like, are you on my website? He's like, I don't have to tell you that. And I was like, it was so bizarre. It was weird because that one we weren't telling. My buddy Ed, who drove me across, was like, you're just coming to hang out at my house. Don't tell him about the show because you're supposed to. And by the way, I wasn't getting paid a lot for this show. I was performing in Kamloops at a 6-pin bowling alley. They have less, I don't know if you've heard of this, they have bowling alleys with less pins and a smaller ball. And I guess it's easier to play drunk. I don't know what it is. And apparently that wasn't enough entertainment for this venue, so off to the side, they're like, why don't we bring in a comedian from San Diego? Just have him drive across the border. It'll be fine. And so I flew into Seattle, got picked up and smuggled across. And that guy was nosy, dude. He was on my website, and then he was like, so where are you going to stay in Vancouver? I'm like, I'm staying with my friend Ed. He's like, oh, that's your friend? And I'm like, yeah, that's my friend. Where'd you guys meet? I'm like, we met in Las Vegas. And he's like, oh, so you're going to his house? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, does he sometimes go to your house? And I'm like, I mean, not yet, but depending on how this goes, I don't know. It was like he just kept going to the point where I wanted to go, hey, listen, man, I'm not gay. Like, there isn't anything between me and Ed. Ed and I are cool. I'm gonna sleep on his couch. Do you guys not have friends? Like, what are we doing right now? Because he was on my website. I purposely didn't put my show at the bowling alley on my website. But he was like, oh, so you were in Las Vegas last week? And I was like, are you on my website? I don't have to tell you. So that guy was all serious. And then here I am, many years later, going through your airport with 3 very shady-looking boxes. I'm like, come on in. Come on in. It's wonderful. But yeah, it's been good. It's nice to hang out with a family. It's nice. There's so many people in the house. And you can just, I'm not comfortable. And they're all sweet. They're all nice. They couldn't be more hospitable. But I'm one of those people where I grew up alone. So anytime there's like one other person in the room, I'm like, all right. Like the whole time, it doesn't come, do you know what I mean? Like the whole time, I'm like, whoo, you know? Like we came down, we got a hotel down here, and when we got into the room, I'm like, finally. I just took my pants off and just, And my wife's like, what is it? That wasn't comfortable up there? I'm like, no, they're just around. Everyone. I grew up in a small family household. There's 2 people. One of them would leave. The house is yours. But this one, everyone just meanders around. Watermelon. And you're like, yeah, I guess. And then you just eat watermelon. And they're so sweet. It's how normal families. It's what I used to watch on TV growing up alone. All right? It was a family in a living room going, just jabbing each other, and I'm like, oh, that looks sweet. And now I'm in it, I'm like, oh no. Where are the cue cards? I don't know my lines. How do I interact in this situation? It's so uncomfortable. I've learned that a lot about myself, because I have anxiety, and it's a lot of people have it. Mine's not that bad. It's just I didn't notice it. I'm mad that I know that I have it now. There's a lie that's being told in the mental health community that says once you realize your problems, you can work towards getting it better. No, now I just notice it more, and I'm fully aware. I'm out of my body watching myself be uncomfortable now in line to get coffee. Thank you. Instead of just before times where I would be like, everyone hates this, you know? Everyone's going through torment in their mind right now. But no, now I'm watching myself going, don't wring your hands. People can see that. Don't do that. So now I'm like, should I put them here? And now I'm like... And now I'm asking me, watching myself, I'm like, is this how people stand? I have my lines in my head. I'm ready to, I'm ready to roll. If I go to Starbucks, I practice my order in my head before I get up there because I never want to because if I'm not ready, I'll just yell whatever like, London fog! And then I find out that's tea. It's not even coffee. Throw that away, go to another coffee shop and try. No, if I'm in line at a Starbucks, I'm just there like, bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream, cold brew. And that's just the little tape that plays in my brain, and then I get a little closer. Bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream, cold brew. Bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream, cold brew. And then finally, hi sir, what can I help you? I'll have a bacon, egg, and Gouda sandwich and a sweet cream, cold brew. But if they're like, we're out of all of that. London fog, yeah. Thank you. Some weirdos connected with that. Hell yeah. We're all uncomfortable. No, I love coming to Toronto. My wife's family is from here. They live up in Richmond Hill, so I hang out. I've been hanging out there all weekend. A big family. Everyone's just around all the time, and it is so stressful. Because I didn't grow up in a full house. I grew up in a small family. It's just my mom and I for so many years, and she'd leave, and the house is to myself. That's what I'm comfortable with. Just nobody around. But I would watch it on TV, like the sitcoms with like 1,000 family members, and everyone's like da da da, da da da, and it looked amazing to watch from an alone household, but then I'm in it and I'm like, where are my cue cards? Like I don't know what my lines are. And so I'm just there like da da da, and they're like, what? It's fun. Like and Persian household so hospitable. Everyone's just walking around, you're sitting there, no one asks for anything, and they're just like, watermelon? Here you go. And you're like, I didn't ask for watermelon, but here we are. There's just fruits and nuts. Everything's on a conveyor belt just coming around. It's always tea time at a Persian household. They got tea, they got nabat, which is homemade sugar. It looks like meth. It does. It looks like crystal. It's like what Walter White worked on. Yeah, and they're like, this will cure whatever you got, and I'm like, I don't think it's anything's wrong. They're like, but you're about to feel better. And then they put that sugar in there, and I'm like, Nabat! Like I'm all into it. I wish I knew more about that culture too, like, cause they try to teach me Farsi, and I'm not picking it up. It's hard, dude. I don't know, like, it's like, oh, you haven't learned Huttin? And I'm like, no, I haven't learned that word. And they're like, what's wrong with you? That's what we say. And so, like, today we've been learning extra. I learned all these phrases, but the direct translation of the phrases, which is what makes language so fun. Like, I learned, shut up, how to say shut up. But I learned that shut up means poison of a snake. That's what so if you tell someone to shut up, you're like, poison of a snake. It means so much more than shut up, right? You're like, this could be the last time you speak. It's such a hard, I love it. So I don't know how to say it in Farsi, but I've just been going, poison of a snake. You know what I mean. That's Zahrahman. Yes. Zahrahman. And the direct translation is poison of a snake. Yes. And it got worse than I learned I love you, which means the direct translation is I'll eat your liver. That's how you say I love you. Hey, right? All right, I'm glad you're here. You're like, he's not lying. That is how we profess our love to people. And I'm like, good Lord. And they're like, right? And I'm like, it shouldn't be. I'll eat your liver. Like, the first person to profess their love in Farsi was a serial killer. I'll eat your liver. That's how much I love you. Oh, man. It's a passionate language. Everything's all or nothing. I don't know if there's a word in Farsi for Like, it's either, I'll love you till the death of the sun, or I'll hate you with the power of the sun. The sun's involved, I think, a lot. Yeah, I'll eat your liver, which is there's so many different ways to say that. I'll eat your liver. I'll eat your liver. Just like I'll love you, you know? No one's, nom, 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 right on your little liver. I'll get right on that. I just imagine like a movie scene where like someone who's Persian is like dating someone from like another country, but neither of them speak each other's language, so they have to do like Google Translate, you know? And they just get the direct translate, and the guy's like, I love you, and they're like, I'll eat your liver, you know, like just having that moment, and then watching the breakup, you know. But it's a rom-com, so they'll come back around after they run into each other on a Ferris wheel or something. You know how rom-coms work. But it is nice. It's like it's very Netflix casty, you know, where like there's one of everybody. You know? You ever watch an old movie and you're like, oh. I've been going through old movies because I don't like a lot of new movies. Not for the casting, by the way. That's not. I just hate the casting. That's like, really? How did these two meet? No, that's not. It's not the casting. My issue with new movies is the dialogue. No one talks like that, or at least I haven't met people that talk that way. In the new movies, people just like in comedies, two characters will just stand in front of each other and trade punchlines. And you're like, who talks? I've been alive for 37 years. I've never been in a conversation with me and some guy just duel jokes at each other during a holiday Christmas party. That has never happened in my entire, so I don't like, that's my issue. I think the dialogue with newer movies. And it's just slow down, you know? Everything's so fast. Slow down. I know everyone's brains are phones, but mine's like, all right, why don't we calm down? You ever put on an old movie? It takes like 9 hours for the intro to finish. It's like, it'll be just helicopter footage of the city of Los Angeles for like legitimately 45 minutes. 45 minutes, you're like, oh, we've already seen that building. And they'll circle the entire building twice. The sun will rise and set, and it's still circling. And that's how much patience they had back in the day. They're just eating popcorn. It was a pretty good movie. I got nothing but time. But I see why the casting's different, because I never watched any of the Dirty Harry movies. You know, Clint Eastwood, never watched any of those. And I'm like, I don't know why. You always hear the clips. Why do I know, make my game, punk? Why do I know that catchphrase, but I haven't seen the movie, so I watched one of them. I didn't know there was like 20 of them. They have a bunch, so I watched Sudden Impact. That's the one I watched. Came out in 1983. Intro took 4.5 hours. I loved it. Just wide scenes, like extra, like he'll get out of the car, close the door, put change in the meter, like double checks the lock. Like you see everything. Everything that gets edited out now, they're like, no, his shoelace is untied. Let's get that. Winks at a waitress. Like there's so many things that just cut through in movies now. And they left them all in. But yeah, Dirty Harry is not a good person. He would be a cop that there would be protests about. All the bad guys in the movie are not white. They're either black or Hispanic. And you're like, oh, I get it now. You know, I get why, like, the new casting. You're like, let's mix that up a little bit. That's looking a little, all the heroes are very white. And you're just like, nah, we're just trying to get things done. And everyone else is like, we're trying to mess things up. You know, and you're like, ugh. See that? It's so nice to be here. This is my first time in Toronto. Yeah. It's a beautiful city. I've never been here. It might be the most diverse city I've ever visited. It is. It's like this whole city was cast by Netflix or something. They're like a little bit of everybody. And I love it. I love it. I never realized how important diversity was until I rewatched Home Alone. You ever rewatch Home Alone with 2022 eyes? And then you're like, oh, I see why we have diversity now. I watched Home Alone recently. I'm like, oh, there's no black people in Home Alone. Did you know that? There's no black people in Home Alone. Not one. It's a movie set in Chicago with no, I don't know if you've ever visited, well represented in Chicago. The closest they have to a black person in Home Alone is a cardboard cutout of Michael Jordan. And Kevin tapes him to a toy train and uses him to scare off white burglars. And I'm like, I see why we have diversity now. But now I'm used to seeing diversity. So now while watching Netflix, I count races in every scene to make sure everyone's represented. And I was watching something new on Netflix and there's a straight white guy on the screen for too long. And I'm like, hey, wait a second, that's not okay. And then I pulled the laptop closer and I realized it was just my reflection on the screen. And I was like, I'll allow it. I was about to write a heavily worded tweet, but here we are. Yeah, I love Toronto. It's so diverse. This must be such a hard city for racists. It must be because you can't focus on one. There's always more around. You can't just be like, ah, because then you're like, ah. Just reminds me of like anytime you see like a bear trying to get salmon spawning upstream, but there's too many and he doesn't know. I like it. I like the diversity. I'm a big fan of it. This city is just like a bunch of different cultures trying each other's food. And I think it's beautiful. It's the best part of diversity is trying each other's, what do you got? That tastes good, and I like it. I can tell it's a lot of people's first time. You know, I live in San Diego. We walked by a Mexican restaurant, and I saw a little little white kid just licking a burrito. Like it was a popsicle, just. And the server couldn't help, because she was white too. She's like, yeah, that's probably how it's done. And I was like, everyone's learning. So much. I love this city. Everyone's kind. So kind. I'm not used to it. People are nice in traffic here. They let you merge. They're like, come on in. Every once in a while they don't, but you know, that's a BMW. That's how that goes. That's what BMWs do. They don't let people merge. But everyone else, come on in. There's plenty of room. We'll wait together. It's nice. I knew it was nice. The second day we were here, my fiance and I, Emma, we went to the park, and an old man fell at the park. And before he even fully hit the ground, 3 young people ran to his aid. They sat him up. They called 911 and then waited for the ambulance to show up. And I'm just sitting there watching this with my American eyes, and I'm like, they forgot to steal his shoes. Old people don't fall in America. You get shoved. That's how it works. Or you're on a bike. It's been a weird week in the States. I don't know if you've kept up. I've been busy vacationing. I've been here for the last 2 weeks. I've been half watching the news. I don't know what happened. You ever do that where you half watch the news and you're trying to piece it together? Like Biden fell off a bike and somehow that made abortion illegal. That was a hell of a fall. How hard did he fall? Who let that old man on a bike? That guy has a whole security team. The Secret Service, can you imagine how nervous they were? I'm going to go on a bike ride today. And they're like, great, that's wonderful. Just have to stand waiting. But I like it. I like Toronto. Very clean city. People are friendly. You guys name things for what they are. You know, I performed at a small comedy club called Nothing Fancy, and I showed up. And guess what? It was nothing fancy. It was just a bar in a room with 20 seats, and I'm like, this is beautiful, right on the nose. I like that. You guys have a children's hospital? You don't call it a children's hospital. It's called Sick Kids. That's what it's called. Don't want to leave any mystery out there. What's going on in that building? Sick Kids! Who named that? One of the children? Is that what happened? Jimmy, what should we call this building? Sick kids. A little on the nose, but I like it. Like where your head's at, Jimmy? Appreciate it. A lot of natural beauty in this area. We went to Niagara, got to go see the Falls there, which is gorgeous. It's like if the Grand Canyon sprung a leak or something. So fun. It's like if there was a leak, the flood at the Grand Canyon. You're like, yeah. It was wonderful. I went with my fiance's family, and they've been there a bunch of times, so they weren't as impressed as me. I've never seen it before, so I was just sitting there going, what? You know? And then after that, we went down the street where it just turns into a tourist trap. It's the weirdest thing. It's like one of the natural beauties of the entire planet, and then someone's like, you want to go to Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville? It's like, shouldn't that be further away? It shouldn't be that close. It just let me know that, like, the human attention span is only so long. Like, it can be the most beautiful thing on the planet. People are like, all right, well, now what? That means if we're ever going to have, like, commercial flights to the moon, they're going to have to put a rainforest cafe up there. Because after 5 minutes, people are going to go, well, I could use some appetizers. I don't know. How much moonwalking are we going to do? Gotta live our lives. It's been so nice. We came up here, not just for this show, but I got engaged, so we came up here. Thank you. Yeah. I got engaged, and my fiance's from up here, so we came up to like meet her family. I got to meet everybody, and she comes from a big Persian family, so I was like getting introduced to the hospitality of a big Persian family, which I'm not used to, because I come from a white family. I come from a hi, how do you do, white family. And we have engagement parties, but they go, hey, congratulations, all right, see you at Christmas. And then we had an engagement party. It lasted 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks of, you need more rice. There you go. You are never not hungry. In a Persian's household, they're like, you look hungry. I'm like, I just woke up. You're eating, eat it. So much hospitality. Her parents are so nice, they just come out of the wall. Like, I don't know, they just show up. You need the Wi-Fi password? What's going on? And I'm like, yeah, actually, that was so kind. She packed so many snacks. We did that 2-hour drive to Niagara. And halfway into the drive, she just pulled out hot tea. I'm like, where did you warm this? I didn't even know. How did you prepare hot tea in a RAV4? She pulled out a thing of hot tea just in a nice glass. Just poured it in a nice glass as we're doing 70 on the interstate. Here you go. Thank you. Oh wow, piping. All right. It's wonderful. So much hospitality with a little bit of the nabat in there. I don't know if you guys know what nabat is. Yeah, but it's homemade. Yeah, the family in the back knows. That's them. They know. For the rest of you that don't know what nabat is homemade sugar. It's sugar you make at home, you put it in the oven, you smash it up, and then it looks like crystal meth. And then you put it in your tea, and then it makes you feel like you're on crystal meth. Like it jacks you up. You feel like you're ready to take over the world. It's just absolutely wonderful. But yeah, had a wonderful time out here. I love all the different languages, definitely a lot of French out here. Which I'm not used to. Southern California, I'm used to a lot of Spanish, and I've kind of noticed the difference between the two languages. You know, Spanish is a very welcoming language. It just seems like everyone's welcome when you hear Spanish. That's how I feel when I hear Spanish. Come on in. There's a little Spanish. And French just feels like a gated community, doesn't it? It just feels like a roundabout, get out of here, how did you get in? You don't have the code. There's something about the language. On the flight out here, we had a French flight attendant, and you can't have a French accent in a hospitality job. It doesn't come off genuine, you know? Like she was super nice. She dropped off sandwiches and drinks, but just with the accent, I'm like, you don't mean it? I don't think you mean it. It's so good. Someone said, we don't.